called Siberian Solitaire, and it's a game that I came up with this summer on the Trans-Siberian Express, so that's why I called it Siberian Solitaire. To explain the game, I'm going to use some of the terms that you can find on the Glossary of Solitaire on Wikipedia. So in Siberian Solitaire, you don't deal out any cards at the beginning. You just shuffle up and then you start with your stockpile. So I've put out these little green cards here just to give you an idea of where the cards are going to go once you play out the game. And so this little card here is going to be for our stockpile. So we put the cards right there. And just to explain the layout here a little bit, you're going to have 3 rows. And the top row is going to be for your foundations. So the foundations are ace through king by suit. So clubs, hearts, diamonds, spades. So the goal of Siberian Solitaire is just like the goal of regular solitaire or Klondike solitaire. You're trying to get the cards all in order by suit in the foundations. So in Siberian Solitaire, the next row down is going to be cells. So this kind of reminds me of free cell. You can only put 1 card in every cell and you only have 4 cells. In Siberian Solitaire, the only way to put a card into a cell is directly from the stock. That's the only way to put a card into a cell. You can't move cards from any of the other places into the cells, just from the stockpile. And in Siberian Solitaire, the 3rd row here is going to be your tableau. So we have 4 lanes in the tableau. And in the tableau, you're going to be building down. So, for example, like 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, building down. And you're going to be building down in sequence. So, for example, you can't have 8, 4. It has to go 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. You have to do it in order down. And you also have to do it alternating colors. So it always has to go red, black, red, black. In Siberian Solitaire, you can put the same card on its own number. So you can put, for example, 8, 8, 8, as long as it goes red, black, red, or black, red, black. And the other piece of Siberian Solitaire is that in order to move a card into the tableau, you always have to use what I'm going to call the active card. So every turn you're going to turn over a card from the stockpile, and that card that you turn over is going to be the active card. And in order to move a card from the cells into the tableau, you're going to have to partner it with an active card. Or in order to move cards around in the tableau, you have to partner it with the active card that you turn over. Other rules, you can't wrap around. So for example, a king, you can't put a king on top of an ace when you go down to the bottom and then wrap it around again. And for putting cards in the foundation, you can always put a card in the foundation pile, so it doesn't have to come from the active pile to go into the foundation. So let's start, and I think you'll understand right away. Okay, so now I'm going to explain the gameplay. I'm going to turn over my active card. This time it's Jack of Spades, Black Jack. I can choose at this point whether or not I put the active card into a cell or into a tableau. There's no restriction where you have to put a high card on the top, so it's really up to me whether or not I put it in a cell or I put it in the active card in the cell or the active card in the tableau. Now once I've turned over the next active card, this card is no longer active, so I can't say, oh gosh, I should have put this jack down here. Well, it's too late now, and I need to wait until I, for example, have a red queen or a red jack or a red 10, and then I could partner this jack with that other card and then move them down into the tableau together. So my active card now is this red 3. I'm going to put that in an empty cell. Now I have a red jack, so I can put this black jack with it, and they can go together down. And I can use any of the empty rows, empty lanes in the tableau. And it's also my choice whether or not I put the black jack on the bottom or on the top. It doesn't really matter, and it's going to be kind of chance depending on what card I turn up next. Because once I choose, well, then I can't reorder them. I can't think, oh, well, I'll just move this over here and change it. So let's go ahead and put the black one on the bottom and the red one on the top. Now I have a red king, a red 7, a black 5, and now all of my cells are full. So now the only way for me with this next active card to move a card from a cell into the tableau is it's going to be to use the active card with the card from the cell. So this is nice. I have a black ace. I have a red 3, so my only choice here now is to put it directly into one of the lanes. This is nice. Now I have a black 4. I'm going to put this black 4 in a lane here, and now it's my choice whether or not I move this red 3 from the cell or this red 3 from the lane next to it. But I'm going to move it from the lane next to it. And for example, if this had been a red 5, I could have moved this down and moved it with it. So there's no limit to moving from once you're using the active card, you can move things from both the cells and around in the tableau as long as they all end up in that lane with the active card. So now I have a red 6. This is my active card this time, so I'm going to put this red 6 down, and now I can move this black 6 on top of it from this cell. Now I have a black 8. I'm going to put this. I don't have to. I can put this in the cell or I can put this in the lane. It's my choice. But I'm going to put it in the lane, and I'm going to put this red 7 on top of it. Now here's another red 6. And here's a red queen. Now I have a black 7, but I can't just put that underneath. I would need a free lane here to put the queen in and then put the jack on top of it, but I don't have it. So now I'm kind of stuck here, and if the card that I turn over right now I can't do anything with, then the game is over and I'm done, and I didn't even start on my foundations here. So now we have a red king, and I'm kind of stuck. So the game is over, and I lost that game. But it's possible to win, and I hope you enjoy it, and hope you enjoy playing Siberian Solitaire.